Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. This week we'll have a look at all 10 races contested on Saturday, January 8. The day's feature was a 3-year-old and upwards overnight allowance event contested over 1,300 meters. The day also saw trainer Gary Subrati secure a natural hat-trick on his way to logging 700 career wins at Caymanas Park. Let's begin with Race 1, a restricted allowance event over 1,400 meters. Ian Prasad's Importi Classical Orb was sent off as the fans' favourite at odds of 3-5. Was there to be a major upset? Let's have a look.
Settled and they're off for the first event. Classical Orb toward the back along with Kai Alexis. T. Brady comes dashing through, gets an early lead. 3 times lucky is a length down on the inside. Tracked by Ianza Lynx, It's a Boy, Sweet Majesty is there. Classical Orb now moving by horses as Sweet Majesty fades back a bit as they make their way now toward the 5. So John races a third from the back. Kai Alexis on the rail now joined by Moonova as they share last and they run to the half mile. First event, almost halfway, and Classical Orb has that lead over 3 times lucky. A length and the tail separates them. T. Brady another length and a half back. Ianza Lynx now begins to make ground against the rail. Sweet Majesty follows, possibly 7 lengths off that lead. A driven It's a Boy on his inside. Moonover is 2 further lengths back as they leave the 3, joined almost by Sir John and Kai Alexis now asked to go hunting, but with a mountain to climb from there as they've left the 5/16 and come thundering into the top of the stretch. It's Classical Orb in the green and the pink cap holding on to that lead. T. Brady now trying to get to him. Ianza Lynx is over against the rail. The rest all need to do more as T. Brady has now picked it up under the left-hand stick and is in the mid-track and holding that lead. Ianza Lynx now creeping closer against the rail. Classical Orb continues to run on the spot in third, but it is T. Brady by more than 2 lengths inside the final 16. T. Brady holding on to the lead. They're beginning to cut it a bit, but it's too late. T. Brady beats Classical Orb, then Ianza Lynx. Sweet Majesty is 4th. It's a Boy is 5th.
At long odds of 21-1, T. Brady, ridden by Christopher Mamdine, was determined to stay the course. In the end, T. Brady won by 1 1/4 lengths over the fast-finishing Classical Orb to hand trainer Gary Subrati his first win on the day and his 698th overall. Race 2 was a 3-year-old and up claiming event going 1,500 meters. Horse number 1, Uncle Vinny, the mount of Dane Warrior Chief Nelson, fresh from his riding stint at Canada, was sent off at odds of 4-5.
Royal Vibes goes in. Ready for a start from Michael Sims, and we're off and racing. Drakir is, and CTD rider, riderless horse Drakir is, as Blind Faith goes into an early lead from Bloodfire tracking in a second. Creeping up on the rail, that's Uncle Vinny to join that group. A length and a half away before we come to San Siro. Right beside the San Siro on the rail, that's Royal Vibes. Kongratsuki comes next. Nala's Bushman not going anywhere at the moment. They go toward the half mile, and it is in front, Blind Faith making the runnings. About 2 lengths clear. Off on the inside, that is Uncle Vinny being overtaken by Bloodfire. Going down also, that's a San Siro as they come to the 3. Then comes Royal Vibes and Kongratsuki, and still way out of it, Nala's Bushman there at the 2.5 furlong point, and it is still Blind Faith kicking away now by 2.5, maybe 3 in front, still on the rail. That is coming on, that is Bloodfire on the outside. That, and switching toward the rail, that is a San Siro. Uncle Vinny still there in the middle. Also coming on, it's Royal Vibes, a furlong to travel, and now coming through to take the lead. It is a Bloodfire in front, and Bloodfire begins to sprint away in the second. Bloodfire going on, and this could be a second for trainer Gary Subrati. Geared down in the end by Andre Powell. Bloodfire scores from Royal Vibes, Uncle Vinny, and San Siro.
At 9-5 odds, Bloodfire, ridden by Andre Powell, toasted all rivals to complete a memorable win by 7.5 lengths. Bloodfire completed the 1,500-meter trip in 1 minute, 34 3/5 of a second to hand trainer Gary Subrati his second win of the day and his 699th career victory. The next event was a maiden special weight contest going 1400 meters. Dane Warrior Chief Nelson was aboard Bunksy Boy, sent off as the even money favorite. Hares race 3 with trainer Gary Subrati sitting on 699 career wins at Caymanas Park.
They're off. Fair start. It is what it is, just left at the back, 6 or 7 off the lead. Victoria's Medallion gets a good start and shows by a neck. Bunksy Boy attacking, and Bunksy Boy now slips to the front as they charge past the 6. A half a length in front of Victoria's Medallion. A length and a half back to Silver Fox racing in third. It is what it is, recovers and moves quickly down to challenge. Magic Bullet is on the rail, joined by Chromatica overtaking, and ZI also overtaking the new trailer Magic Bullet. They've left the 5 and run toward the half mile. They're almost there, and continuing to hold that lead is a Bunksy Boy under a snug wrap as they go spinning into that turn. It is what it is, hugging the rail and cutting the corner. A Silver Fox is racing just on the outside and making gains to go second over Victoria's Medallion. It is what it is racing in fourth as they slip past the 3 and head toward the 5:16. Just about 4 lengths separates that group. Chromatica is 4 lengths in behind them. Then the Grey ZI and Magic Bullet teaming up for last. Into the lane they come, and Silver Fox has now quickened to take that lead. Bunksy Boy trying to fight back in the red silks near the rail. It is what it is finding a run right against the fence, but can't follow through at the moment, as still Silver Fox holds that lead over Bunksy Boy. It is what it is on the rail. In behind them, put to the stick, Victoria's Medallion. Chromatica trying to close up in the green sleeves, but it's a 3-way head bob up front. It is what it is now, surges through against the rail. Gary Sobriety will have win number 700. It's close between Chromatica, Bunksy Boy, Silver Fox. Victoria's Medallion is 5th.
Confidently ridden by Dane Dawkins, It Is What It Is secured the day's third event by 1.5 lengths ahead of Bunksy Boy. The victory by It Is What It Is handed trainer Gary Subrati a natural hat-trick, having won the day's first 3 races. However, more importantly, the victory meant Subrati had now achieved the significant landmark of 700 victories at Caymanas Park. A field of 8 contested the 4th event. This was over a distance of 1,000 meters round. The Ian Prasad entry, Crafty and Ready at odds of 3-2, along with Gary Subrati's KD Rocket at 4-5, were both sent off as joint favourites.
Ready for a start for the 4th. Off and racing. Crafty and Ready goes for that lead. Right on his outside, that is KD Rocket. So silence KD Rocket and Crafty and Ready past the 4 furlong. Right there in third, about 3 lengths away, that is Sweet and Smart. Then comes No Work Permit racing in 4th. Cold Pursuit comes next. Then comes Silent Seeker and I Am a Citizen racing at the back. Cola Will is left out of it hopelessly. They're at the top of the lane, and it is Crafty and Ready, being tested all the while on the outside by KD Rocket. Crafty and Ready in front of KD Rocket. Sweet and Smart comes running on. It's still Crafty and Ready. A furlong to go. KD Rocket not going anywhere. Crafty and Ready keeping on. KD Rocket fighting back. Crafty and Ready begins to find some more. And Crafty and Ready finding enough. Beats KD Rocket, Sweet and Smart, and Cold Pursuit.
Crafty and Ready, with the improving O'Shane Nugent aboard, clocked 1 minute flat for the 4th event, contested over 1,000 meters round. KD Rocket, Sweet and Smart, and Cold Pursuit rounded off the top 4. Race 5 was a 3-year-old and up-climbing event. 10 faced the starter, going 1,400 meters.
Salah in, fielded line, they're off. Fair start. Just toward the back. That's a grader with Purple Wayne for company. Sunshine Cat didn't get away swiftly but begins to recover. Falkland now goes for that lead, attacked early by Maribolis hanging alongside. There goes Drummer Boy down into third. They're followed up by Ajita racing in fourth. Tradition is on the rail. Azaria in between horses. Salah in the red out wide, and 4.5 lengths separates that bunch as they run toward the 5. 2 lengths back to Sunshine Cat, accompanied by Graydon, and the Purple Wayne not laying out yet at the back. A half a mile to run. Into that turn they go for home, And it is Drummer Boy who now slips through and sets the beat. Drummer Boy out in front by some 2 lengths. Mirabilis continues to chase from Falkland. But there goes on the outside. Salah now stoked up by the rider as they leave the 3. Azaria also under the pump. On the rail, that's Tradition. Ajita races next with Sunshine Cat and Graydon. And Purple Wayne going nowhere at the back as the leaders come into the lane. They're at the top of it. A quarter of a mile to run. And it is a Drummer Boy battling now. Mirabilis coming alongside. And in a flash, Mirabilis takes charge from Drummer Boy. Falkland is over on the rail. Azaria in the white and pink now asked to make ground along with Tradition, but it is Mirabilis in charge. Inside the last furlong, approaching the final 16th, it's Mirabilis and the red hot Robert Halladine. They've opened up 5, maybe even more. Mirabilis under a bustling ride will win by maybe 6 over Azaria and Drummer Boy. Could be Falkland just ahead of Ajita.
At odds of 2 to 1, Mirabilis was confidently ridden by Robert Halladine to complete the 1400-meter trip in 1 minute 26 3/5 of a second to win by 6 3/4 lengths. The 6th event was a 3-year-old and up optional claiming event. Smarty Tradition, the mount of Tevin Foster, was the most fancied. Sent off at odds of 4 to 5 for the distance of 1200 meters.
They're off. There's Purse slowly away with April Spirit and Lambada. Adwa gets away quickly. Vampire Rejection follows quickly to go in chase. Pure Heart on the outside. Ashley's Glory and Mama Sharon Darling race next along with Amancio Muser. Just in behind those, Smarty Tradition and Tevin Foster as they make their way toward the half-mile marker. Nez Pierce has faded back through the field at this stage, followed by April Spirit and Bay Commander. Willardine races out wide of Patidor de Mundo, and the grey Lambada struggles at the back. The leaders arrive at the final 3 and make their way to the 5/16th, and it's Vampire Rejection bouncing easy by almost 2 lengths. Mama Sharon Darling chasing. Watch Smarty Tradition on the outside in the purple now beginning to make ground. Pure Heart sucks the rail as they make their way into the turn. A quarter of a mile to run, and it is Vampire Rejection who continues to lead up with 3/16 remaining. Mama Sharon Darling is trying to make ground. Right on the outside, that's Smarty Tradition, but they're inside the final furlong, and it is Vampire Rejection with a clear lead at the moment. Inside the final 16th, the backers of Vampire Rejection must be shouting, "Driver, don't stop at all," as Vampire Rejection refuses to stop and will win by maybe 7. It's close between Mama Sharon Darling, Smarty Tradition, then Bay Commander and Nez Perce.
Donovan Plummer's Vampire Rejection blew away all rivals to win by 8 3/4 lengths. Under the capable handling of Robert Halladine, Vampire Rejection posted a winning time of 1 minute 15 3/5 of a second, going 1200 meters. The 7th event had 7 entries. Hagao Sumai was a 4 to 5 favorite for this maiden condition race, contested over 1400 meters.
They're off and racing. Roraima misses it and races at the back. Shadowfax narrowly with that lead from on the inside Justin Biden. These two prompting the pace at the moment. Agao Sumai racing in 3rd. Then comes Eddie 29, right between Eddie 29 and coming around that is another wave, and coming with another wave, that's Great Wayne. They go toward the 4 furlong point and making the runnings. Shadowfax narrowly from on the outside, Agao Sumai making his intentions clear. Shadowfax just a leader from Agao Sumai. Another wave is right on the outside of Justin Biden. Then comes Great Wayne. Behind Great Wayne, that's Eddie 29. And racing at the back of the field, Roraima. They pass the 2 furlong point, 2.5 furlong point, and Agao Sumai being tackled on the inside and by Shadowfax. These two still fighting for it. Coming on, that's another wave. Right on the inside, left back, that's Justin Biden. So it's still Shadowfax, just the leader. Agao Sumai comes a calling on the outside. Shadowfax keeping on from Agao Sumai. This is where the race lies. Shadowfax in front. Agao Sumai digging in and trying to find more. It's Shadowfax in front, and Shadowfax by a half a length from Agao Sumai. Another wave, and Roraima running zones for 4th.
In a riveting battle in deep stretch, Shadowfax secured the win by a neck Over Hagausumai, Another Wave and Roraima completed the top 4 finishers. The 8th event included 8 entries going 1600 meters. Heavenly Glitter at odds of 3 to 5 was the most fancied in the betting.
And they're off in racing. Fake gets a good start on the outside, so Fake, Sweetie Man coupling up nicely and coming right against the rail in between horses. That is Slam Solano as they pass the 7. Then comes Heavenly Glitter. Fault Line comes next. Behind the Fault Line, that's Maya. Then comes Positive ID and Rudsey Indian contented to race at the back of the field. Sweetie Man in front by about 2.5 lengths from Slam Solano racing in second as they pass the 5. Fault Line is a third. Heavenly Glitter tracks them in fourth, about 6 lengths off that lead. Then comes Fake behind us. Positive ID fading a bit. Rudsey Indian improving and making eye-catching progress, and Maya races at the back of the field. They come towards the 3 furlong point and making the running. Sweetie Man bouncing easily on that lead in front by in excess 2 lengths from Fault Line coming on the rail, making eye-catching progress on the outside. Heavenly Glitters attacking with purpose. It's Sweetie Man in front. Heavenly Glitters at the top of the lane. Fault Line trying to form a line of 3. Out wide, Positive ID coming on as Heavenly Glitters looks to hit the front. Positive ID coming with a good-looking run, and Positive ID now picks up the running. Heavenly Glitters, does he have anything to offer? It's Positive ID. Positive ID is sprinting off, and Positive ID goes on to win quite convincingly by about 2.5 lengths. Heavenly Glitter is second. Third is Fault Line. Fourth, Sweetie Man.
Michael Marlowe's Positive ID at odds of 2 to 1 completed a 2.5 length victory over Heavenly Glitter. Fault Line and Sweetie Man rounded off your top 4 finishers. Race 9 was the feature event. This was a 3-year-old and upwards overnight allowance contest going 1300 meters. Anthony Nunes' Gode Girl with jockey Tevin Foster aboard was a 2 to 1 favorite among punters.
Inspired Miracle got off slow with El Professor. Superluminal didn't get away that quickly but begins to mend on the rear. As Gode Girl and Eagle One hook up on that lead, and Gode Girl shows by 3 parts of a length. Eagle One right there in the dicky seat. Some 3 lengths further back to Don Robin as they leave the 5. Superluminal asked to get going, joined by Don Almighty. El Professor races on the inside. Stranger Danger in between horses filling the sandwich, and Inspired Miracle is out 3 wide. They leave the half mile and make their way now toward the final 7/16 of a mile, and Gode Girl and Eagle One pasted together as if glued as they go slipping past the 3. They've opened up some 4 lengths. Done Robin in hot pursuit. A gap of some 5 lengths to El Professor, now moving narrowly in front of Superluminal. Don Almighty is in the green races up next. Inspired Miracle, and at the back of the field, Stranger Danger, but the 2 fighters are into the lane. Eagle One on the outside, Gode Girl on the inside, and Eagle One now gets the red nose band in front. Gode Girl will try to fight back. Dun Robin is further back on the rail. El Professor trying to run on, but Eagle One almost crashes into the fence but holds the advantage. It is Eagle One being driven out as they're inside the final 16th. Here is El Professor now asked to leap forward, but Eagle One may just have lasted over El Professor. Then Gode Girl, Dun Robin, Superluminal is 5th.
Under the robust handling of jockey Philip Parchmont, Eagle One outstayed El Professor to win by a neck. Gode Girl and Dun Robin completed the top 4 placings. Eagle One logged 1 minute 19 and 3/5 of a second for the 1300-meter trip. Horse number 12, Sly Stallone, was a late non-starter for the 10th and final event. This was a claiming event for thoroughbreds 3 years old and upwards, going 1300 meters.
2 to 9. They're off for the 10th and final. Diligent steps off slow with It's All I. Dwayne Starr is relegated to last early as they flash past the 6th, and City Council shows up from Blood, Sweat and Tears. Awesome Glitter is right there, just in between runners of Black River as they're grouping up on that lead. Miss Linda Ray in the all-black race is out wide. Blood, Sweat and Tears has faded back a bit ahead of Killer Bee and General Mubarak. Diligent, the grey races on the outside as the leaders arrive at the half mile. It's All Eyes left back in the red with the blue sleeves ahead of Dwayne Starr and My Mum just trailing. They've left the 7/16th. They make the way flashing up now toward the final three. And He Can Dance boogies out on that lead from City Council and Killer Bee now trying to get the stinger working as they're inside the final 16th. It is He Can Dance and City Council going at it. They're coming into the lane and City Council now points. He Can Dance continues the battle over against the rail. These two eye to eye. In behind them, Killer Bee now put to the left-hand stick in rapid fire motion. Awesome Glitter is over against the rail. Miss Linda Ray and the All Black trying to run on, but City Council rests the lead. He Can Dance left back on the rail and now beginning to be switched, but it is City Council driven to the max by Christopher Mamdeen. He's holding a 2.5 length advantage and will keep it to the line. City Council beats He Can Dance, Blood, Sweat and Tears. Looks to be Awesome Glitter, close between Diligent and widest of them all, My Mum Just.
Gary Griffith's City Council, partnered by Christopher Mamdeen, landed the final event on Saturday's race card. He Can Dance, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Awesome Glitter and Diligent completed the top 5 placings. As we recap the race card from Saturday, January 8, it proved to be a memorable day for trainer Gary Subrati, who completed a natural hat-trick by winning the first 3 races, and in the process, he secured his 700th career win at Caymanas Park. There were 2 wins apiece for jockeys Robert Halladine and Christopher Mamdeen. Racing continues on Saturday, the 15th of January, and Sunday, the 16th. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. I'll see you next time.